and welcome to the next episode of Next Steps for the Church. In this series, what we're wanting to do is talk about what kind of church we want to be, what kind of church our sense is that God is calling us to be. And as I've said previously, this series is primarily for those of us at Citywide Baptist Church, but I'm hoping will be useful for anybody who's serious about... That's odd. Siri just joined the conversation. I don't know why she... Yeah, be quiet, Siri. Anyway, I'm hoping that this series... series, maybe she thought that was Siri. Will be helpful for anybody who wants to seriously think about what kind of shape the church needs to be. Now today I want to talk about a bit of a vision I have. I haven't really made a big deal of this yet here at Citywide Baptist Church because I know it's going to ask something of our people, and I want to break the news gently. So I thought I'd just break it to you gently here on YouTube. And it is this. I have a hope and we'll be talking increasingly in the future about the possibility that each one of us will find ourselves in a partnership with a couple of other people doing life together on the journey of being followers of Jesus. What do I mean by that? Well, I am absolutely convinced about the need for fellowship. We can't do this journey on our own. I know we need the kind of real fellowship where people actually know who we are and what some of our struggles are and can be praying for us and can tell us when we're being an idiot or can encourage us when we're sort of bravely stepping out in faith in those moments where we're kind of a bit nervous and we're willing to have a go. We need those kind of people in our lives. That takes courage because all people, because we're broken and sinful, all people let you down. No one is ever going to be able to love completely unconditionally because we're all a bit broken and stuff up. But that's no excuse. We need fellowship. So my vision is that anybody who's been at Citywide Baptist Church for more than 6 months will wind up catching up with two other people in groups of three, maybe two or three, on a weekly basis. That whether it's in a coffee shop or in someone's home, but that there would be a regular catch-up with somebody in this small kind of group, maybe 4 people, depending on the size, but between 2 and 4 people, primarily 3. And that there would be the space to share life, to pray and be praying for each other, maybe to be sharing what you've been learning from the Bible, and that gradually you get to know each other well enough to really encourage each other. The word encourage comes from the French words which mean to put heart into. That's what we need from each other. And I am absolutely convinced of the need for small groups where there are between 6 and 8 or 12 people getting together and sort of engaging with the Word of God together. I don't see this as replacing that, but I do think each one of us need these regular connections, these points where we can share life and talk about how you're going in your family or how things are working. What questions as you read the Bible, or fess up when you haven't been reading the Bible for a fair bit and you're sort of off in your own la-la land. It's good to be able to have people who know how you're going. So that's what I'm hoping, these groups of 2 or 3 or 4 that meet on a weekly basis. My friend Gus and I get together on a weekly basis now at the local Banjos on a Wednesday morning at 7:15. We have coffee. They've got a special on at the moment on breakfast toasties and coffee, which is helpful, and we just share. And it's not always profound, but there's something about the rhythm and the regularity of it. And I know that Gus is gradually getting to know me, and I'm gradually getting to know him, and we're going to invite someone else to come and join us on those Wednesday mornings. And I don't think there has to be rules about when and how, but I do think we all need that kind of relationship. I've learned the importance of that from my time at our home church in Canada, the St Albert Alliance Church, where my mate Jeremy was really encouraging people to also step into this kind of relationship. They've called it the Apprentice Prayer Partners, it is the Apprenticeship Prayer Partnership, or the Apprenticeship Prayer Partners. And you can, if you want to get some tools or think more about this, the St Albert Alliance web page actually has some specific tools about what it means to be an apprenticeship prayer partner in these groups of 2 or 3. Their web address is STA Alliance, all one word, STA Alliance, all one word, .org. And when you get to their web page, you can go up, you'll see there's a menu up the top of the page. So if I go to this is the web page that you'll hit, and if you go to the top of it, it says, new here, get to know us, connect, going deeper. And under going deeper, you click on engage with an apprenticeship prayer partner, and it'll tell you a bit about apprenticeship prayer partners. But particularly the reason I'm telling you this is Jeremy has put in a fair bit of work with the team. They're a special bunch of people at St Albert Alliance Church, and they have built this manual. It's called a field guide, and it's got a whole bunch of different things, questions and notes and apps and Bible references and step-by-step kinds of things for a devotional life, and I find it pretty helpful. I am later on going to unashamedly pinch a lot of this stuff and make it available to Citywide Baptist Church. But if you want to get in on the action early, you can get to the staalliance.org website and click on where it says in big writing, this guide is available for purchase in the lobby on a Sunday morning for $5. Otherwise, you can view it here. All you need to do is click on that, and lo and behold, up it pops the Apprenticeship Prayer Partner Field Guide. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff there, a whole bunch of really useful stuff. The manual isn't the answer, and I think each group of 2 or 3 or 4 will have to work out how it works for them, and it's got to be real. So it's not about finding the appropriate and perfect way of doing it, but I do think that's a very helpful resource. I'm really grateful for my time in Canada. I miss the guys over there. I learnt so much from the team at St Albert Alliance. I know the value and the importance of this real fellowship of people, of groups of 2 or 3 or 4. I think it's interesting that Jesus chose James and John and Peter to be kind of the inner circle. And I think we all need an inner circle, a bunch of people who know us and will be there for us, and sort of travel the journey with us, do life together. And I think it probably needs to be like a weekly kind of get together. So that's my my hope and my vision for part of what the practice or some of the social structures we might need to have if we're going to be heading down the path of actually being followers of Jesus. I want to encourage you, have a think about that. Are there people that you could invite to join you on a weekly basis on this journey of being followers of Jesus? People who you'd be willing to open a Bible with, pray for, just share what life is like for, and do life together. You might find a Banjo's Cafe is a good place to do it, or you might do it in someone's home or at a park. There's no right time of day. It doesn't have to be breakfast. Could be lunch or in the evening. But can I encourage you to think about finding a few people who you could do life with in groups of 2 or 3. And I think that this little, very simple thing, it's not something we can orchestrate or make everybody do anything like that. We're not going to try and do that. But I'm going to talk about on a regular basis, certainly from the end of the year onwards, about the importance of these kinds of groups and this kind of fellowship. So just want to toss that in there for you to have a think about. And we'll continue this discussion about where the church needs to head into the future on this series that we're calling Next Steps for the Church.